Now, as a player of Asia server, where the majority of player base speaks Chinese, I have to say that people often misunderstand Chinese player base. Sadly, people say things like, all Asian characters look the same, which is just offensive, because if you look at them carefully, they clearly are not the same. And the devs, they think they understand the Chinese community with their Chinese New Year bundle. But look at the player response. Oh, this! Four-clawed dragon! Are you kidding me? Like, what have you done, Daybreak Games? The fingers! Even AI-generated image wouldn't put your fingers like this. It's literally unplayable. That is why today, to end all this cultural insult, I will be guiding you in this Chinese communication guide, so that the next time you encounter people talking in Chinese, you can understand what they are saying. You dog hacker! No, your mother! You are so funny! You very food! Your mother! And isn't it really nice that you get to understand what other people are saying? Now, in order to start communicating in Chinese, we first need to go over the basics. How to type in Chinese. Now, of course, the easiest way is to use Chinese characters, which all you have to do is to use some
键盘
and do
打字
so you can
输入
some
中文。
pretty straightforward. But unfortunately, there are thousands of different characters in Chinese, which makes it very difficult to find the one you want in the Chinese keyboard. So people often just use alphabet instead. But some people might say, if you just type in alphabet, how do you distinguish between its homophones? For example, if you just say Biantai, people can tell whether you mean a side desk or a pervert. But nonetheless, like half the time people just type with alphabets. So the rule of the thumb is you just type in Chinese characters when you don't want to be misunderstood, and you type alphabets when there is enough context clues. And then you type in English when you're trying to start a race war. Now that I made the whole thing more difficult than it really is, it is a good time to tell you that in-game communication is actually very easy, because most of the conversation in this game will only involve these 4 different slurs, which I call the top 4. Now the first of them, which is the most important word to survive in the Asia server, is guabi, which is often abbreviated as GB. And this means a hacking. So if you find these words in a Yo chat and your friendly starts collapsing all around you, it is your time to start preparing your last words. Now the next common word is shabi or SB in short, and this means a stupid. I had to learn this word hard way because there were like 3 dickheads in a server who, as soon as I say something in a chat, start spamming Chiro Yochiro SB. And it was just really driving me nuts. Anyway, you see this word in a situation like when the squad leader still rains you all of a sudden into the middle of nowhere, and everyone is freaking out. And here goes SB in a chat, and then the team kill. And I just had to put a disclaimer that I do not endorse any of these toxic behaviors, so do not use these phrases. Moving on to the next word, we have Fuiwu, or FW in short, and this means a useless garbage. And it's used just like it is used in English. UFW. No, UFW. And finally, to finish the 4 most common words, we have the classic which means something along the line of I had the lovely time with your mother. And now, when it comes to the Chinese character, it is actually a great demonstration of beauty of logographic writing system, where it is basically the Chinese character for meat being inserted into the Chinese character for enter. But apparently the character is so offensive that they have to substitute the similar sounding character. And it makes you wonder, If it's so offensive that they have to censor the Chinese characters for it, surely no one will use it just for killing an anvil. And there you go. It's like we just had a very close alert, so everyone is saying GG's. But then China player goes FW B. So now next time someone direct messages you these phrases, instead of not understanding what it means and just going through your day normally, you can instead know that someone is wishing harm on your mother. And now this was when I realized that this video is completely written with Toxicity. Not that this isn't a realistic reflection of typical Asian server yell chat, but this makes me fear. I fear for the guy who reposts my video in Bilibili.com. Because if he also reposts this video, he might get in trouble for promoting toxicity and be deemed as a dissenter poisoning the minds of people. And not only will his social credit score be redacted, but he might be subjected to big chilling. And of course, I cannot have that happen to anyone. That is why for the rest of the video, there will be no more toxicity, no more obscenity, only correctness. And now let's say that you are a cooperative citizen for the galaxy to provide transport for everyone. In this situation, you can say, 我是公共秩序. I am public transport. 你们入我. You guys enter me. Because that is literally what it means. I don't know why these guys are saying some weird things and refusing to get in, but this phrase should work, at least when playing BS. And now when you, a responsible citizen, take up an anti-air duty, you can use the phrase 我打飞机, which literally means I hit aircraft. So when you take an enemy aircraft down, make sure to let everyone know that I hit aircraft. Like some guy is accusating you because you landed all 6 shots of rocket rifle on aircraft, you can just tell him that I hit aircraft in my bedroom every day, so I am very good at hitting an aircraft. And finally, when you see someone getting bullied in a chat, your Max got wiped. Now you don't have a nanite, you little sugar man. It is your job as a high social credit score citizen to stand up for them. So make sure to type, do not mess with him, because 他是我小弟弟. He is my little brother. Because that is exactly what it means, as long as you are pure in heart. So that was my guide to Chinese communication. Now thanks to this guide, next time you hear a Chinese platoon leader screaming, you can understand that he is angry. And when someone messages you in Chinese, you can hold your ground with some Chinese sentence. And judging from an incorrect word order and awkward word choices, the person will realize you can't speak Mandarin and respond to you in English, so you can have a communication. And that is truly big convenience.